How to estimate a painting project. Hi, my name is Liam Bedreau. I'm a licensed painter, color consultant, owner of Expressions Painting, and founder of Expressions Painting University. Learning how to estimate accurately and consistently a painting project is not something that I could teach you in a few minutes in this video. However, I do have a full course on this at Expressions Painting University through the Contractor program. Having said that, I do want to give you some basics to get you started and have the right frame of mind to be able to at least improve for now in your estimating system. The biggest thing that you want to keep in mind is that you need to break things down to the smallest increments. Meaning, if let's say you're walking into a large open space and you're asked to put a price together for ceilings, walls, trims, doors, everything, well, if you just start looking at it from a broad perspective, that can start getting overwhelming. Not to mention if we're asked to do the same thing for a whole house. But once you start breaking it down into items like ceilings. Okay, when I get here, I'm going to need to do the ceilings. Well, what's involved with that? Okay, I'm going to need to put some plastic over the furniture, cover this, cover that. You start breaking things down like that, it becomes a little bit more manageable. And the thing too is that if, let's say, everything in that room were painted the exact same color, same paint, it's going to take a lot less time than if the ceiling is one color and one finish. And then the crown molding's a shinier finish, even though it's the same color. The walls, right? Each one of those different colors or different finishes will require you to start up a new gallon in your tray and your brush, and then start and doing some cutting in, right? Whereas if everything's the same, you just brush and off you go. It goes a lot quicker. So things like that, you need to start thinking about that. But to give you kind of like a range, because many people ask, how much do you charge per square foot? And start like that. And I am not a fan at all with regards to the square footage rate. And the reason is because it's one thing to calculate the square footage, which for a lot of people, that can get overwhelming very quick. There's a lot of math involved in measuring it. It's very time consuming. But the thing is that once you get that square footage, well, how much are you producing on an hourly basis, right? What's your production rate? If, let's say, you have 1,000 square foot, well, how much do you divide that by, right? So I do want to give you a bit of a guide in this video. Average, if you're thinking walls, okay, you're cutting in and then you're rolling in the walls, it's about 200 square foot per hour if you're thinking an average bedroom as an example. But if you're thinking a bathroom where there's a lot more brush work involved and very little cutting in, then your spread rate all of a sudden goes down to about 100 square foot per hour. Whereas if there's no cutting in at all, you could probably go into the 350, 400 square foot in an hour. Now these figures here are average industry standards. They are not the rate that every painter will hit. The best painters will probably be more efficient than that, and the painters who are starting a lot less. That's why this is an average, right? But this is about what you would expect to be producing as in an industry standard. Now, the second coat will typically be 60% of that. So you need to figure out the square footage first, and then the rate, and then you do a second coat, which is usually about 60%, right? This should get you started in the right thinking, right? And then if you want to break it down for like trims and doors, well, think about it. A door. How many doors are there? Well, how many doors can you do in an hour, right? You can start breaking things down, and that should at least get you started in the right direction. But as I say, if you want to go deeper in there, I do have a full course. I'm talking a few hours worth of training here just for the estimating. That's offered through the Contractor program. So I do encourage you to check that out at Expressions Painting University. But for now, I hope you've had value in this video and that it'll get you going and thinking maybe in more strategic ways about your estimating and pricing projects together. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next week.